Well, I got up this morning a little early, 7 o'clock, and took a taxi from Phuket, Railway, and took a taxi to the Phuket airport. That cost me 600 baht, which is around 20 bucks, $24. So I took a taxi. It's an hour drive, and I'm just at the Phuket airport, just waiting to load a plane to go to Bangkok. Now, once I get to the Bangkok airport, we're going to take a bus to Pattaya. Apparently, that's only about 5 bucks to take that 2-hour bus ride to Pattaya. And I'm going to spend Christmas holidays in Pattaya. So to come from, as an international traveler, Phuket to Bangkok, I only had to show my passport and proof of vaccination. That's it. Now there are some new restrictions coming. I try not to follow it, but there's talk about, because of the new strain, that they're going to make some changes. But for now I can travel around the country pretty much freely. Just as long as I have those 2 documents with me, I'm good to go.
ลำดับต่อไปเรียนเชิญผู้โดยสารจากที่ 11 ถึงแถวที่ 20 ทยอยออกจากเครื่องบินได้ค่ะ Passenger number 11 to 20 you may disembark the aircraft now. Thank you.
Well, what an adventure to get from the Bangkok airport to Pattaya. Now, I was going to take the bus, but I ran into a guy with a Canadian crest on his bag, so I just joked with him and said, hey, is there Tim Hortons around here? And he laughed. And it ended up he was heading to Pattaya as well, so I'm like, hey, do you want to split on a taxi? You know, it's just quicker, easier. I think we got overpaid on the taxi a little bit, but the fact that we're splitting on it made it worth it. You know, it costs a little bit extra. So instead of paying 150 baht each, we paid 700 baht each, and you know, for an extra 20 bucks Canadian, we got VIP service to Pattaya. But anyway, I just had to find my hotel. That was difficult, but this is it. Looks all right. It's only 20 bucks a night. We're gonna see what it's like. Hotel I'm staying at is called the Vogue. Now I just went for cheap. I only booked one night so I can stay here, make sure there's no roaches or nothing scary, make sure it's half decent. It does have some good ratings. I always check the ratings on TripAdvisor or whatever, make sure there's nothing scary there. But for 20 bucks, this is what we're into. So this is the room. It's a good size. Nothing small about it. It's not big, but it's a good size. Now, like I said, they have the 2 twin beds kind of put together. That's fine. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not that insulted. They are put together, so I can kind of stretch out there with the crack up the middle, if you know what I mean. We got a little seating bench here. I doubt I'll use that for my stay. A little balcony with the ghettoest view ever, but that's fine. You know, there's 2 pools out here. You know, this is Thailand, so, you know, for 20 bucks, that's what you pay for. This is the size of the room. Now, this feature here, this is going to blow you guys, I'm going to blow your minds, okay? But this is the creme de la creme here. Open that guy up, and it's window access. So, if I have a guest while I'm showering, you know, I think what I'll do is I'll put like a little coin machine there, and if I do have a guest while I'm in the shower, if they want to see more, like slide a couple quarters in there, a couple dollars, and I'll do depending on how much money I get to keep the action going. I definitely think it's worth mentioning that there's virtually no sidewalks in Pattaya. So when you're walking around, it's quite dangerous. You need to be very wary of where you're going and what's coming. Now, for me, this is my strategy. Is like I'm from Canada, so you know, traffic drives on the left-hand side, but here, you know, the oncoming traffic is coming on the right side. Now, instinctively, I find myself wanting to walk on the left-hand side with the traffic, but that's the opposite of what I do here, because you never know what's coming at you. So what I do when I'm walking down these really busy, chaotic, dangerous streets is I walk into the oncoming traffic. Not like this poor guy here in the Jack Daniels shirt. Now, if you notice, if something's going to hit him, he won't see it coming. It's just going to run him over, and he'll wonder what happened, like that green motorcycle right there. For me, I'm going to walk into it, and if I see it coming and they look like they're not paying attention or looking into their phone or having a beer or trying to hang on to a child while they're driving, all of this stuff happens here. I can see it coming, I can get out of the way. So if anyone wants to comment differently, if they've got a different strategy, like maybe hover over everything or rent a tank, I don't know, so you feel safe. But it's a little dangerous. You always want to be careful, because there's quite a lot of little accidents. But that being said, it is a walking area, so there's a lot of people on foot. So most drivers are very knowledgeable of that fact. Quite careful too, and they know there's pedestrians everywhere. But it only takes a second of not paying attention for a couple people, and boom, someone's missing a leg or a neck or something crazy. And as you see, it's okay for motorcycles to pass vehicles on the left, and you know, all of a sudden, boom, you're someone's hurt or injured, and different types of vehicles. This guy pushing a cart here, you won't see that in Canada. And this guy, lots of people walking down the wrong side of the street, in my mind, because they're not going to see they're not going to see where the danger is, and at least have their option to dodge out of the way or move. And you know, just maybe one strategy here. When you're in Thailand and you're walking and into oncoming traffic, number one, use the force, like this, to make the vehicle stop. Another one would be to make yourself look bigger, you know, so that they see you flame up, they see you, hopefully they stop. Put those to good use. I think the force is my favorite one, especially when crossing the street. Use the force. Put your hand out in front of the vehicle that's coming at you and say, hey dude, you know, please stop. So, right now we're just walking through Pattaya, and we found the local hospital here, so that's good to see. We got a hospital right in the city, close to where I am. You know, if you get run over or hurt yourself, something happens. This is where it's good to know there's a hospital close by. Looks doesn't look like much from the front, but it goes way back. So it looks like around in Thailand, it's law, and I'm actually breaking the law right now, talking to you guys. I'm talking to myself, really. But I like talking to myself. That's probably why I've done these videos. I like making the videos. And by the way, I make the videos for me because I just enjoy doing it, and if nobody watches, that's perfectly fine, because I talk to myself all day long. I love documenting my travel. People on I just put massive photos and images and stuff on my Facebook of all my travels, and I get 5 likes. I'm okay with it. You know, people notice it, but I love it. You know, people send me a message. Oh, Cliff, you know, I really love to see your travels, and you know, they talk to me about where I've been or that kind of stuff, and I like to share my experience and let them know, maybe give them advice on where to go, what not to do. But during a pandemic, it is dangerous to travel. I'm going to admit, I know it is, but I made the choice that I want to travel, even though I'm willing to take the risk. I have double Pfizer vaccines. I'm probably going to find a booster here in Phuket when I'm back to Phuket, because I think it's maybe $100 or $50 to $100, and I can get one. But yes, the virus is a real thing here, and everybody's wearing masks, and They have massive social distancing rules. And back to the mask, I mean, you have to wear a mask on a bike. You have to wear a mask. You enter any store, of course. Once you get into the bar, you know, people are not really wearing masks because they're having a drink. So masks are pretty much gone at that point. The servers are still going to wear masks. But not that I drink that much, but, you know, if I did, of course I want to enjoy some activities here. And when I go to a club or a bar, I want to find one that's on the side of the road. Okay, you know, or that has so many outdoor bars. Don't try not to squeeze myself into the little club that's, you know, a 10 by 10 room with the bar there that's not very well ventilated. One guy sneezes and you're all in trouble, right? So at least if I'm sitting at the edge, you know, of the club, on the outside area, and there's, you know, I can sanitize my hands and make sure nobody's in my face yelling at me. I feel safe. I mean, would it be better to stay at home? Yeah, I mean, yes, but, you know, I'm tired of staying at home. I want to live a little. You know, I want to feel like I'm enjoying myself. It's not healthy for me to stay at home all the time. It's starting to drive me nuts. I spent 2 years at home, and I'm done with it. I want to enjoy some travel again. So here I am in Thailand, in Pattaya, and enjoying myself. So back to hospital. Now, one very important thing, okay, is that I need insurance. Now, for 50 bucks a month Canadian, so around $40 US per month, I get insurance that covers up to $50,000 worth of health coverage. So one that I use is AXA, and it does cover COVID. Specifically, it says covers COVID. Want to make sure you have that. It's actually part of the requirement to get into Thailand. But I think some people, once they're here a month or two, they forget, oh, I don't need insurance anymore, I'll take the risk. Now, myself, I'm going to make sure that I keep my coverage. Right now I'm covered for $100,000, but next month I'll switch to 50. It's my belief that 50,000 covers a lot in Thailand, at least a month's with hospitalization if needed. Covers motorcycle injuries to myself. It also covers COVID, which is extremely important. Okay. Anyway, so you know that's the bad of it, but for me the good far outweighs the bad. I'm enjoying myself, and I think it's the feeling, the vibe here is that people are enjoying themselves too, and I see a lot of smiles, a lot of enjoyment. So it's a lot of fun here.
If you listen closely, you'll hear what's been on my mind. The mystery ahead and everything I've left behind. It's all that I can bring to every new song that I sing. And the path ahead has never been so clear. No lock and key to keep me out, no wall stand in my way. No one to tell me how to look, how to feel, and what to say. Hold me back, no tethers bind me to their will. The storm is ending now, but the dark clouds are fading. Still bridges will burn, lessons will be learned. Now it's your turn to be a star. When the light shines through in everything you do, only then can you truly be a star. The star shines brightest when there's nothing to come between it, and the eye of one so cold below who dares to try to see it. The burning sphere of light, the cosmic bulb shining so bright, and the path ahead has never been so clear. Bridges will burn, lessons will be learned. Now it's your turn to be a star.